here's a great 20-minute mobility workout for you. We're gonna start with some rocked back breathing. So I could do this on the floor. If the floor didn't feel great for me today, I could certainly do this like on a bed if that feels good for you. But I'm gonna separate so that my hands are on the shoulders, knees are under hips, tuck my toes under if that feels good for me. And I'm gonna exhale, rock back as far as I can while my hips don't tuck under. So I wanna make sure that that spine stays long and neutral. I'm pretty bendy, so I can go pretty far without my hips tucking under. And from here, we're gonna inhale and see if you can inhale all the way down into your pelvis and towards your tailbone. Kind of feel that expansion of not only your diaphragm, but your pelvic floor. And then exhale, nice and long. And repeat, we're gonna do that 5 times. After 5 breaths there, we're gonna do some cat-cow. Again, this can be done on the floor or on the an elevated surface or even seated. We're gonna inhale, drop the belly down, and then exhale, curl. You can do that 5 or even 10 times, sort of whatever feels good for you. Again, if you're limited for time, 20 minutes, then do the 5. Then we have adductor rockbacks. So I'm gonna come, bringing that leg out to the side. Imagine I have my favorite beverage on my butt. I don't want to spill it. I'm going to exhale, rock back, and then inhale forward. And I'm only rocking back as much as I can without that butt tucking under. Exhale, rocking back, inhale forward. And again, I can do this from an elevated position. So if I had like a chair to hold on to, I can, boop, chair. I can bring that leg out and rock back and forward. Again, from the other side, how this would look. Again, I want to make sure that that pelvis stays nice and neutral without the hips tucking under. So I'm going to really get the benefits of mobilizing in my hip. And we'll do 5 on each side. So I have some choices for open book. I could do this seated. I could reach my arm, inhale, open, twist through the rib cage and the chest. Exhale, or you can even exhale, which might give you a little bit more rotation. Inhale, close, right? So exhale and twist. Inhale, or again, inhale, open, exhale. I can do this lying down on the floor or on a bed if I wanted. Where I want to pull my knees up as close to my chest as feels good and possible. This helps make sure that the movement isn't in the low back and it's in the upper body. I like to make my arm my own pillow, but having a pillow would be good. Hand comes out in front, big exhale, open. As much as your upper body can rotate, it doesn't matter how far your arm reaches behind you. I wouldn't actually want to drop the arm lower. Try to keep that in line with the socket. Inhale back, exhale, twist, as far as feels good for you, and coming back. And again, we'll do 5 on each side. The next one would be a straddle with a T-spine rotation. We're doing a lot of rotating because that can help alleviate tension in the shoulders and the neck. So feet as wide as feels good for you. And then we're going to soften the knees a little. I don't want the knees locked. We're gonna reach back and we can reach towards the floor to a yoga block or to a chair or some other elevated surface. So I'm gonna reach down. Feel a stretch along the back, and I'm gonna exhale, twist. And we'll do 5 again, or 10, whatever feels good for you. And again, your time availability to one side, and then 5 or 10 to the other. Big exhale as we're twisting, and really feeling the twist come through the ribs. from here, we can do this from the floor in half kneeling, or we could do this standing, and I will show both. So let me do this leg. If you're on a harder surface, you might want something under your knee, but we're going to bring that foot a little forward so that we're coming into a little bit of a forward lunge, just a little bit, just to get a little bit of stretch on that back leg, squeeze that back butt, and I'm going to inhale, and then exhale, twist and rotate, inhale up, exhale, twist, 5 on one side, and then 5 on the other. How I could do this standing, this way, do it on the other side. I can stay standing, this leg slightly bent, arm's gonna reach. I'm gonna actually tuck the pelvis just a little because that will help get a good stretch on that back leg. I could have the back foot down if I was feeling like the balance was a little wobbly. You could also have a balance aid or a wall. And I'm gonna inhale up, exhale, twist. Right, here's where like I have an imaginary balance aid that would help. And again, I'm really focusing on twisting in the ribs. And so we'll do 5 or 10, your choice, on that lunge position with a upper body and arm twist. Next in the series would be ankle dorsiflexion. And again, I can do this from the floor or standing. So if I'm here on the floor again, you might want something soft for your knee. I'm going to squeeze the back butt and push my knee towards those baby toes as much as I can, and then come back. Everyone's different here. I'm gonna feel a little stretch, hopefully in the back. And I wanna make sure that I'm going towards the baby toes and not the big toe or inside of the big toe, because I wanna help keep the arch structure, whether you have a high arch, a medium arch, or even no arch, just to keep those muscles from kind of collapsing down and activate them a little bit. So I'm gonna push forward and back to get a little stretch here. You might get a little stretch here. And how I can do this standing is I would actually recommend this towards a wall. So if this is my wall, right, I'm going to find where do my toes need to be on my wall. So sometimes they're touching, sometimes they're further away, but back toe lifted, push that knee towards the baby toes to tap the wall, come back. And I wanna make sure in both situations, whether on the floor or standing, that I'm feeling a stretch in the front of that, in the calf of the front leg, but the heel is also staying down. So it's like pushing forward and back. And so that way we're mobilizing in that ankle. Last exercise is controlled hip circles. So again, I could be near a wall or have a balance aid if I'm doing this standing, or I can do this from all fours. And again, I'll show both. And we'll do 5 circles in each direction. And so from here, I want to feel my body stacked. I'm going to shift my weight into my standing leg, and I'm going to lift this up. I want to make sure that you might wobble a little, that's very normal. But as I'm lifting and circling the leg, I want to try not to lean over. So I'm going to lift the leg up, open it without turning. So try to stay facing forward. Open, circle it around behind, and we do 5 in one direction and then 5 in the other. And from the floor, same kind of concept. I want to make sure that I'm trying to move with control within that hip socket and try not to have other joints get involved. So I kind of bring the knee up, out to the side without tipping or leaning my weight over. So I'm going to come up, around, and to the back without losing my good core position, and rotate. And I want to feel my glutes working a little. And so we'll do 5 circles in each direction, and that will bring you to the end of the 20-minute mobility, hopefully de-stressor for the holidays.